Hey there folks, thanks for tuning in. In this video, we are going to beat Elden Ring's base game on New Game Plus 2 using only DLC weapons, incantations, spells, and armor. That's right, no weapons, incantations, spells, or armor found in the base game will be used throughout this run. That sounds completely crazy, right? No blasphemous blade, no sacred relic sword, no golden vow incantation, no flame grant me strength, no Shabiri's howl. There'll be no Comet Azure, Night Comet, or Scarlet Ionia. Nope. Also, I can't use the Surgeon's Mask or that ugly dumpling helmet or that cool Night Cavalry set. That also means no base game spirit ashes like the Great Mimic Tear, the Great Shield Soldiers, or Black Knight Tish. Imagine playing the base game without any of those old, crusty standbys. The only tools allowed from the base game will be consumables, body buffs, and talisman. I spent hours collecting only the best DLC armor, weapons, spirit ashes, spells, and incantations in the realm of shadows before heading into new game plus 2. My character is a level 200 and I will not level up the entire run. As a side goal, I also want to start and end the base game not losing any runes. I want to see how much that adds up to. The only items I will be buying will be rune arcs from merchants. I'll be wearing the awesome Black Knight set from the DLC along with the Black Steel Shield, the Sword Lance, and the Staff of the Great Beyond. These are by far my favorite things ever from the DLC. Okay, strap in boys and girls. This should be a quick run as I won't be leveling or collecting anything at all as I already have everything I could possibly need or want to beat the game. Okay, time to destroy the base game with all the best the DLC has to offer. Let's roll. I hate this demonic monstrosity, but with this setup, it's going to just melt right before your very eyes. Just like that, it falls at my feet. Boom. Man, I love that sound. And the runes start stacking up. You see, the base game bosses and bad guys are simply not ready for the DLC weapons, sorceries, and incantations. So, in reality, it's like these weapons are from the future. And what's even cooler is that you're the only person in the lands between that has them. I may not use all of the DLC weapons and incantations on this run, but I'll try and showcase what I think are the best. I'll also use the best spirit ashes as well. Nothing beats the Mimic tier on this front, but a few of the new ones are actually pretty good, like these guys. Also, I'm not going to kill every single boss or enemy, just however many it takes to get me to the final boss, and also Morg to end the game in the DLC area. It's a whole different kind of game when you don't care about leveling or upgrading weapons and finding stones and talisman. It's a carefree romp through the lands between like you freaking own the place. Okay, I don't need to kill this guy, but I want to see what the big bird can do. It spits ghost flame and it's literally made of stone. A stone bird, people. Here goes. Let's go, big gravestone bird. He's over there behind you. Come on. Okay, I'll go aggro him. Oh boy, here he comes. Okay, start the epic boss music. Get him, big bird. Looks like he's just getting clobbered. Too bad he can't like fly really high. I guess that's why birds aren't made out of stone. Let me spritz him with some glintstone nails. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, let me help the bird out a bit with a few bloody stabs. Dig into that fat, soft horse underbelly. Look at all that blood squirting out. See, that shield really absorbs a lot of damage. The bird's holding his own there, spraying down that ghost flame. Right in the belly. And there it is. My Stonebird gets the knockout blow in this first exciting fight using our new DLC weapons the folks in the lands between have never before seen or heard of. I mosey along to talk to my lovely young maiden and get right to Margit. I'm going to use the Fire Knight's Greatsword, which really lights up real pretty in bright red flames and delivers devastating pierce damage. I could solo this boss in seconds with this thing, but I think for now, I want to see what the three manflies can do. Two of them deliver straight up physical damage, while one of them sprays a stream of continuous poison that procs almost instantly. I'll just hang back and observe the flyboys in action. Let me spray him with some fire from the sword so you can see how cool it is. It's pretty damn cool if you ask me. You can find the manfly ashes in the Village of Flies in the DLC. The poison has super long range and has already kicked in. I forgot to put on the Kindred of Rot's Exaltation Talisman to increase attack power when poison is present, and there's definitely poison present here. The only downside is that it does not move from its position once it's summoned, so be careful where you stand before you call them in. You can easily see the green cloud of poison emanating from his body. That poison probably stinks too, I bet, like rotted flesh or something rancid like that. That's it, man. Fly, dude. Spit out that bile and poison. You know, poison is an ancient weapon. Many kings, generals, and powerful men have been assassinated with poison, and video game bosses are no exception. Margit's really focusing in on the spitter. Ah, there he goes, one man fly. He's finished, two left. I'm resisting the urge to finish him off. I have to be patient, like the poison that is patiently killing him. I could easily have used the DLC incantation, Heal from Afar, to keep my manfly boys alive. There goes the spitter, but the poison is still working. Down to one manfly. But I just want to let the fights unfold naturally to see what happens, so I won't be using it. He's about finished, but just look at his tenacity. He's like a kamikaze pilot throwing himself right at the boss. Such dedication. I've grown quite fond of my manfly studs. I think one or two L2s ought to do it. One. Two. There it is. Easy, fun first boss. And my pile of runes is growing nicely. Okay, let's move along to our next victim. Before that though, I purchased some rune arcs from the old hags with my loot. I have over 100 stashed away from my online play, but you can never have too many. Okay, for Godric the Grafted, I'm going to give him the finger. The gazing finger you get from the Mother of Fingers boss under Count Emius Church. This thing spits out a puddle of exploding magic and also has good stance damage. So I'll slap on the Magic Scorpion Talisman for higher magic damage. And I think I'll show off the Jolan and Anna's Spirit Ashes. Depending on your choice, you can either have the solo Jolan Ashes or both the Jolan and Anna Ashes. Obviously, having them both is the best choice. They are a solid duo that can last to the end of most bosses. They use sword hands of Night Claws and swords to bleed the hell out of things. As you can see, they get right to work. Now I'll show off the finger and its magic skill, like so. Let me back up and try again. The fantastic duo are doing pretty good. Okay, here goes another magic blast with the big finger for good damage. Now I'll smash him with charged R2. And that's second phase. I should be able to stagger him with one more blow. There it is. Nice. Yeah, it's almost too easy. I'll stand by and let the spirits finish him off. That fire attack has amazing range. No matter. The second boss goes down without much of a struggle. Chulan and Anna. You definitely want to get these ashes in the DLC. They get right down to business.
Bathed in rays of cold.
More runes on just bosses alone. Then I run off to get Roderick's Great Rune to boost all my stats by 5 points. Then it's off to the magic castle on the lake, up the giant water wheel, and on to the Docky boss. For him, I'm going to call in the Horned Warrior Ashes. He's way overpowered for this boss, but what the heck, let's bring him in. I'll just hide behind the big guy. I can bleed this dog so easily with my sword lance. And the Horned Warrior immediately gets to work. And so, before I could turn around, he obliterated the red mongrel into the netherworld. More runes and now own to Renella the Witch. But first I bleed her brave bodyguard to death. I'm going to burst her bubble and bleed her dry first. Then at the last moment I'm bringing in Telu, the golem smith, to smash her to pieces. You can get this hulk of monster from Telu's ruined forge in the DLC. Telu is slow, he's very slow. But he's built like a tank and he throws his entire body at his enemies. Talk about throwing your weight around. But he also throws rocks from his fists, which is pretty cool. I'll just pick away at the big witch's body with my sword lance and give Telu a chance to shine. Eventually, he will get into the action and deliver his monster hits on his prey. Wait for it. Slowly. Telu's closing the gap. Here he comes. Come on, Telu, you can do it. Finally. Bam! At last. And then a follow-up. And it's over. The Wicked Witch is dead. And Telu takes a bow. Thanks, big guy. See you around. And more runes add to my pile. I make my way to the big city where I stock up on 3 more rune arcs.
Is some a customer? Well.
I rushed into the fight with the tree sentinel armed with the anvil hammer. This is the hardest hitting weapon in the entire game, and its skill unleashes fire spikes that come out of the ground. They impale whatever is on top of it. It takes a while to get off though, but it's a pretty devastating weapon as you see here. But I got too cocky and paid the price. And for the first time, I lose all my runes. Okay, so I regroup and call in the Horned Warrior since the dog boss was too easy, and I switch my weapon to something faster. The Mesmer's Soldier Spear. It's like a skinnier, lighter version of the sword lance. So I go back, pick up my precious runes, and we get to work. He's got those powerful swings and those horns jump out of the ground to impale him. He's really tough and aggressive. Look at him go. I step aside to let my partner finish him off. Although I simply cannot resist the urge to stab the crap out of this guy. Okay, step away now, enough. Look at those horns come out of the ground, just beautiful. Some more runes to the pile that I almost lost a few minutes ago. Now for the gold boy up here, my plan was to unleash the man-flies to slowly poison him, while I spammed him with glintstone nails from a safe distance. I even thought the man-flies could take him on all by themselves. But I made the mistake of calling them in at a bad spot below the stairs. See, the poison-spitting man-fly doesn't move from his position unless something moves him. This means the poison is blocked by the stairs. I'll try and lure the big guy down here if I can. But my poor poison-spitting man-fly is a sitting duck for the boss. He can't get the poison going. Too bad. And he's getting clobbered. There, he's down there, but now he's coming back up. The poison is just out of reach for the man-fly. So the lesson is, summon the man-flies in the middle of the arena next time and they will be more effective. I'll just stand back here and snipe if I have to. But the other two are doing pretty good on their own. Okay, down to one man-fly, but it looks as if the little guy got the job done all on his own. These guys fight to the very last breath. I tell you, these man-fly guys are really, really good. There's a reason why they're with me on this run. Tough little buggers. And I'm closing in on 800,000 runes. Now to take out this ninja assassin and move on to Morgoth, the Omen King. I'm going to use the Lord version of the Great Sword of Radan. It's got some pretty fancy moves and delivers quite a light show as well. I'll call Jolan and Anna in and also invite my gal Melina. That makes this a 4-on-1 fight, so I won't use the shackle on him to give him a fighting chance. I like these odds. Now I want to hang back and wait for a good time to show off this weapons moveset because it's quite the spectacle to behold. Okay, here it goes. Lights, camera, action. I love it. It takes a bit of time to finish off the attack, but I really like the light show. And it brings back memories of fighting Promise to Consort Radan in the DLC. He's putting up quite a fight, he is. And he keeps spamming that train of daggers. Anyhow, between Yolan and Anna, Melina and I, this fight is over pretty quickly, although I was pretty sloppy throughout, I gotta admit. Not my best Morgoth fight, but it's over, and that's what matters. And we finish him off with merciless flurries of blows and bright explosions. Nice job, guys. The runes pile up, and I'm now over 1,000,000 runes. With Radan, you can either go solo or call in the troops. I'm going to call in the troops to showcase two of the very best incantations in the DLC, Fire Serpent and Pest Thread Spears. These are both giant killers. The bigger the boss, the more effective these incantations are going to be. So I'm just going to ride circles around him and pelt him with both of these long-range bombs. Okay, I've awakened all my buddies from the spirit world, and here we go charging up the hill to take on the big man on the tiny horse. This shouldn't take long. These incantations are overpowered. They're relentless. They have excellent tracking, so As long as you are close enough, they will eventually find their mark. They're like, medieval guided missiles? This is really just a slaughter. The poor big fella is just getting hammered by all these little people. Let's see if we can one-face him. It's going to be close. He's taken off. The health bar is showing he has no health left at all. Come on. Come on. Where are you? Oh, wow. We did it. He died the moment he took off, and there you go. So far, the DLC weapons, Spirit Ashes, and magic and incantations are destroying the base game at New Game Plus 2 with relative ease. I've only died once and I have not lost any of my runes. So now we move on to the mountaintop of the giants to take on the fire giant after talking to my girlfriend.
It was you I travelled with. I must tender my thanks to Torrent, too. Thank you, Torrent.
Now, the fire giant is best tackled solo in my opinion. Almost every spirit summon you can call in will more likely than not die from the giant's AoE attacks. They just can't handle the shower of fire he puts out. So it's best to go solo here. I'll bleed him with the sword lance in the first phase. I just love the sword lance, as you already know by now. With the black steel shield blocking for you, you can just get right down to stabbing repeatedly while guarding any defensive blows from your target. It's just ideal for inflicting heavy damage. Getting some bad RNG here. He can stand in some awkward places that makes it hard to get at his ankle. Can't get to his leg, so I'll snipe from here for now. That's why you'll want a long range weapon or spell. There, he's in better position to abuse now. A few more ankle stabs ought to do it. They're okay. Now I'll break out the pest thread spears and slowly drain the fight out of him. I'll just ride circles around him and cast my voodoo. It just now occurred to me that this giant has 3 eyes, 2 mouths and 2 noses. I guess that makes him more like a Triclops instead of a Cyclops. Anyhow, it doesn't matter how many eyes and noses he has. Just like that, another one bites the dust. And another contribution to my nest egg of runes. And so we very quickly reach the halfway point of the game without barely breaking a sweat. We light the campfire and talk to our smoking hot pyromaniacal girlfriend.
Are you prepared to commit a cardinal sin?
Am I ready to commit a cardinal sin? You bet I am, Toots. Time to light her fire. Hit it, boys. Ah yes, lively tune. Okay, so now we wake up in the land of Oz with all the tornadoes and make our way down to where our 2 favorite Godskin cultists live. Since we can't use the regular sleeping pods from the base game, the DLC provides us with something even better. Eternal sleep pods. Now of course no one goes to sleep permanently under the toxic clouds of gas, but they do zonk out a few seconds longer than the base game sleep pods. So at best, you'll be able to get in a few more attacks before they wake up. I'll use Jolan and Anna here and also call in Recus and Bernal because why not? It's a 4 against 2 match, and the more the merrier, that's my motto anyway. The fight takes on a new dynamic this way. Okay, here goes. I'll just run down this long hallway. Call in the spirits. And then make with the sleep bombs. The boys pass up the sleeping fat guy so I can start smashing him with the big finger. Didn't quite finish him off. Looks like one of the boys staggered him. Here he comes rolling. I'll have to finish him off with a glintstone nail. This thing has amazing tracking and range and works better than the glintstone nails, which are powerful but lack the range. I'm fat rolling here, so I'll lose the shield for now. Waiting for them to return. Okay, Fat Boy's going 90-90 again, where my crew will decimate him. One more glintstone nail, or two ought to do it. Here comes Skinny. Ah, he dodged the sleep bomb, no matter. He's actually holding up pretty well under the onslaught. Some more nails. He's slowly succumbing. And there it is. What a rumble. Yeah. Way better than going solo. Closing in on 2 million rune skis. Now for the Malekith Black Blade boss ahead, we have to get rid of that pesky malformed dragon knight that guards the entrance. So I'm going to bleed him and his gold horse to death with the sword lance. You need a lot of stamina to do this, so I've been using the pickled turtleneck to boost my stamina. You can also use the DLC version, the well pickled turtleneck. Yeah, that's what they call it. But it's much harder to farm the material to craft many of these than it is the regular pickle neck. I also use a boiled crab to boost my defense. Okay, so here goes. A few glintstone nails from distance. The trick is to stay close and under the horse and stab away. Separate, heal. Close the gap, hit that soft underbelly where the horse has no armor. Dodge, heal. A few more deep penetrating stabs, and there he goes. He won't bother us no more if we have to run back to the boss again. And we add 56,000 more runes to our total. And I have to admit, I don't like this boss. It usually takes me a few tries regardless of my build or level, but my favorite strategy is to poison or rot him in the first phase, then call in a spirit just before he transitions to phase 2. And since we can't use any of the Rotten Dragon Breath spells from the base game, I'll be using the excellent Rotten Butterflies incantation you get from Romina, Saint of the Bud. It's not quite as powerful as Scarlet Aeonia, but it will work well for our purposes here. And I'll bring in Tailyu the Giant to distract the beast until the rot kicks us into phase 2. I'll use the big finger to beat them with. Okay, here goes. Rot is active. Now we wait. Almost at the halfway point. And tada, here we go. Good hits. There goes Tailyu. Didn't last long at all. Let's see if I can finish him off, if I can just get a stagger. Just one more. Just one more. Missed. And I died. Okay, that's just my second death of this run. But I left a whole lot of runes on the battlefield. I'd be crushed if I lost them now. Okay, first things first, scoop up my runes before I die somehow. And I think I'll change up the strategy a bit on this attempt. I'll stand behind one of the pillars, unleash the rot. Then call in the stone bird. It may be able to withstand Malekith's AoE attacks better. And second phase. Positioned for a good hit. 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 Dang, missed. Would have staggered him had I not missed. Okay, the big bird is getting in on the action. While he gets his specs in, I'll toss him a few glintstone nails to soften him up. Looks like the stone bird's goose is cooked. He held up pretty well, but that health sapping attack was just too much for the big fella. I think I can finish it. And what the? Come on, man. Fell off the arena? Dang. Well, that's 2 deaths. Okay, here we go again. Pick up the precious runes. Same strategy as before. Lay the rot. At the halfway point, call in Jolin and Anna this time. See how well they hold up. And here we go, phase 2. Two big hits and a miss. Dang, I suck. I'm reduced to rolling and running like a rookie. Alright, time to snipe him down a bit to help out the twins. Looks like Jolin's just about had it. And he's gone. Time to spam the nails. Okay, now the big finger row. hurry up and heal. Block. Smash. 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 And oh, there it is, my friends. That's what I was looking for. One more whack over the head and he's done. Third try is the charm for Anna and I. Way to hang in there, girl. 440,000 runes for our troubles, and we're almost home. And just like that, here we are, waking up in the dusty ruins of the ashes of what's left of Capital City. Nothing for me to do here in this dump but grab this rune arc over here. Never can get enough of those. Run up to the know-it-all knight inside and obliterate him with the big finger and the man-flies. Notice how this time I place the man-flies up in the battle arena so the poison spitter has a clean shot at the boss. The rest is just a merciless beating. Loud, violent, explosive, relentless beating. The magic effect of the gazing finger keeps him flying in the air like a rag doll. He doesn't stand a chance. But a 4 against 1 massacre. And a whole lot of fun. Just love how he bounces around helplessly. Good stuff. And a whopping 300,000 rune skis for the pleasure of the beatdown. Ah, life is good. Okay, now for the Lunatic Foot Stomper. I hate his AoE attacks the most. So I'm going to counter with an AoE attack of my own. The Rotten Butterflies. Dang, back off dude, I hate this maniac. I'll get the rod going and call in the Horned Warrior, who's a pretty tough spirit to take down. Okay, calling the Horny Warrior. Get juiced up on the steroid. Get ready to lay down the rot. There it goes. Looks like the delayed effect was enough to infect him. The rest is just a slug fest between the three of us exchanging blows, glintstone nail hits and some clobbering with the gazing finger. I just love this action, but I absolutely hate those AoE effects. Damn it, it got me. Yeah, this is good, old-fashioned slugfest for sure. Okay, second phase. Just narrowly missed getting tossed into the sky like a rag doll. So close. Now for the battle of attrition, which I expect the Horned Warrior and I to totally win. It got me again. Fool. There he is, a defeated former god. Yeah, sweet. Look at all the runes so far. One last battle to go, and the base game is conquered using only DLC weapons, sorceries, incantations, and armor. For Radagon and the Elden Beast, I'm choosing the Gazing Finger for my main weapon and the Rotten Butterflies to inflict rot to speed up the first phase. And my big friend, the Horned Warrior, is going to tag along. He's definitely the spirit to use for this fight. He's tough, has some nice combo attacks. His only weakness is that he cannot heal himself, and because I'm refraining from using heal from afar, he's a bit weaker because of it. Now, my first fight went fairly well in the first phase. with the Horned Warrior just barely able to finish Radagon off before he met an early death against the Elden Beast. I came oh so close on this first run. I mean, look at that. But I got careless and paid the price, which meant the loss of all my hard-earned runes. Yeah, a catastrophe. This is way worse than ever because I lost them in the Elden Beast arena, which means I can only get them back now by beating the boss. If I die before then, they are lost forever. Almost 3 million runes lost in the final boss fight. That would just be a soul-crushing defeat for a run that started with just under 42,000 runes. So here goes. Same strategy for all the marbles. I've also decided to use these high-powered fire coils from Shadowkeep in the DLC. They have amazing range and tracking, and they have an S scaling with Faith, so they can do some serious damage all on their own. I'm at like a 38 Faith, and as you can see, it does pretty good and rarely misses its mark. I'm getting a bit sloppy here, and I think it's because I'm nervous about dying and losing all my runees. I mean, it's not like I need them for anything like leveling up. I haven't leveled up throughout the game. It's just the idea of losing them that hurts the most. You know, coming short of my goals. I hate that. Anyway, I managed to hang on long enough for the Horned Warrior to stab Radagon in the back and put him to sleep. Look at that stud. Damn, he's just awesome. The warrior is in fairly good shape for the beast, although he may not survive the holy attacks. The warrior gets in the first licks. Now watch how much damage Best Thread spears do to this large beast. Just shreds him. The warrior gets off his Ash of War and spikes the beast from the ground. Here comes that rain of holy laser beams. So far so good. That's like a third of his health gone. Dang. What a rookie mistake. Alright, get up. Get up. Get up. Hurry. Run away. Jeez Louise. I simply cannot die here. I must get all my runes back, or I would consider this run a complete failure. Really, no joke. I would. I've managed to fulfill all the other requirements I set out with at the beginning, except possibly this one. I just need to concentrate. Okay, an opening for a squirt. 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 Ah, he ran off. I was getting ready to blast him some more. Missed me, big guy. I tell you, I could never ever run around this long in real life. I'm exhausted just sitting on my couch doing this. I'm so out of shape. Anyway, I think one more holy blast from the beast and it's the end of my warrior friend. Wow, nice dodge. Right up in front of him. Big old squirt and another one. He's like literally 2 or 3 squirts away from these pesky Best Threads of doom. But this move is definitely going to kill my buddy. There he goes. Oh no, almost lost it all there. Phew. Juice up the health bar and let's bring this run to a close. This one's for you, Mr. Horned Warrior. And for all the runes. 1. 2. Oh, he's got like what? 1 health remaining? 2. Dodge. Dodge. Let her rip. A trade-off and I win. Man, wow. Ooh, holy moly, it's over. There's my cool 1 million rune ease. Okay, that's a relief. But what about the other 3 million? Ah, there they are. Haha, yes, all mine, recovered in full. Hallelujah. Praise my lucky stars. But wait, I'm not done yet. There's still Morg, the Lord of Blood, to contend with, and the end to the DLC area. That's the official end of the run. So power up and let's get this last detail cleaned up, shall we? I'm going to use glintstone nails from afar as well as break out the fire coil, the knight's lightning spear, and barbed staff spear you get from Jory in the DLC. It's a pretty powerful holy weapon that machine guns rays of light. It looks and feels awesome. And I'm sticking with my main man, Mr. Horned Warrior. He's such a clutch player. Look at him just get right to work. Gotta love the big fella. Just look at how far I am. Oops. Not far enough, I guess. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Okay, get up. He's the knight's lightning spear in action. You can jack it up with talisman and tears, but as you can see, it looks awesome and is the best incantation for such a build. Oh, nice ash war attack by the warrior. He's just kicking and slashing away like a boss himself. Here goes some fire coils to chip away at him. Nice distance, great tracking. Oh damn, just got clobbered. Oh, a stagger from the spirit. Pull out the staff. Boom, boom, nice. Now to spray with the holy power from the staff. Look at them fly. Ah man, got that spear right in my face. Here comes the warrior to my rescue. Boom. Eat some more holy power, Morg. Ouch. That hurt. The warrior's holding up surprising well with all that blood and fire splatter going on. I'll just stand back and coolly spam the power nail. This thing is incredibly good. Damn, didn't see that coming. I was so in love with the nails. Roll, baby, roll, 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 roll. Juice up, roll. I'm just about to nail it. Ha 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 ha. No pun intended. Ah, he flew away. And the warrior man just died. Dang, that sucks. Man, please don't die. Roll, roll, roll. Drink. Just one more freaking hit. One more hit. Come on. And there it is. That brings my grand total from my starting point of 41,534 runes to 5,130,196 runes. Not bad, my DLC queen? Not bad. So I rest up, change into Leda's doppelganger, and head off to the Shadow of the Realm from whence I brought all these cool new weapons, sorceries, incantations, and armor into the lands between to conquer it like a super-powered Tarnisher from the future. Here are the 9 remembrance bosses I defeated. I also have enough runes to level up 15 times if I wanted to, but nah, I don't think so. And so, without any further ado, it's time to return to the fractured Marika for my coronation. I'm gonna ditch all the duds and equipment and get crowned in my cave woman bikini here. I think I look pretty good actually. That's why I called her the DLC queen. She rocks, man. I have just over 200 hours into this character, and I gotta say, she's pretty sassy with her Goldilocks braids and red hot eyes. Look at her. Yum, yum. Of course, there are many more builds and weapons you can bring back from your first DLC playthrough to dominate the lands between in the base game. Like these, so many skills, so many cool looks and movesets. Any one of these builds can destroy everything in the lands between. It's not even close. So there you have it, my friends. The base game beaten with only DLC stuff. If you made it this far, I thank you. Please don't forget to give me a like or a comment down below. See you all next time on Pre-Medina TV. And I leave you with my DLC queen sitting on the throne as the new Elden Lord.